Hi, I'm Hannah Wallace and welcome to FinextraTV's Thought Leadership series. Kindly on the call with us now is Thomalla from Finastra. Hi Paul, it's good to see you again. How are you?
And you, Hannah, all good here. Thanks so much.
Brilliant. So we're talking a little bit about COVID and also small to medium-sized banks, and we've been covering a lot of stories lately about the impact of COVID-19 on certain aspects of the industry in different areas, and also looking at how large banks and the smaller banks have had to react to the pandemic. And I think it's fair to say that it's been a challenging time across the board. But let's start by taking a few steps back, because smaller and medium-sized banks were already working pretty hard to adapt to this rapidly changing payments landscape, even pre-pandemic. So could you start by setting the scene for us and highlighting some of the challenges and threats they are facing to their market position? Let's start there.
Yeah. Hey, look, I mean, we are in fact in a perfect storm, and COVID has just added to that. In fact, the interesting thing about COVID really is it frankly has taught us two things. One, not to speak on mute. And the second one is things are going to change. And whether we like it or not, we have a lot of legacy in our payment systems. We have done for a long time. We have a lot of silos. We have an absolute desire across all of the industry to look after our clients and be innovative. We have new industry changes coming along at the same time, ISO 20022, and of course we have a regulatory timescale that is driving change, which has not been the norm in the past. And now we have timescales and they're saying you will do it by these dates. Mm-hmm. That's true for the large banks and for the small banks, but the smaller and medium-sized banks, they probably have the opportunity to be a little bit more agile. And I'm sure we'll get into that in a second.
Sure. Well, yes. So in order to compete and become an adult player in the market, what do you think they should be prioritizing? What should they do to compete?
I think, at some level, it's many of the same things, but the context is slightly different. Most medium to small banks will not treat payments as a line of business in its own right. They will not see that they will make a profit out of payments per se. They will probably make their monies out of a cash management relationship with their clients. And those client relationships will be very close. And so what they'll be looking to do is to try and move into ways that they can integrate more and more with those clients. And those clients will be asking them digital questions. How can I integrate my work with your work? How can you help me keep my business going? And I think it really comes down to working in a more digital way and being an agile partner. And while that's, of course, true for the larger banks, the context here is the small and medium-sized banks have the opportunity to make that legacy change a lot more quicker.
Mm-hmm. Well, leading on from that quite nicely, and I know Finastra is leading the way in cloud technology, so let's home in on that a bit. And the industry has come a long way, hasn't it? So where are we up to with cloud technology, and how do you think it can help those smaller banks reach their goals?
I can remember having conversations, Hannah, with you, in fact, talking about cloud, and we were chatting about, hey, cloud's coming. Cloud's already here. We are past that point. I can remember having conversations that were saying, oh, I think we might need to talk to the regulator. And actually, that's all gone. The regulator's already there. Perhaps we almost slightly forget the changes that have happened around us because maybe they've happened with Apple and their cloud services, or with somebody like Microsoft and 360 and what they're doing. It's already around us. And the question really comes down to NFRs, non-functional requirements. Very boring term, but what it is about is scalability, availability, and all those pieces. Microsoft, as an example, spend about $1 billion in R&D, making sure all of that technology is available, it's secure, etc. That's incredibly a huge amount of money, probably more amounts of money than anybody else can invest in. So piggybacking on that and getting a faster time to market and not having to worry about the whether it's up and running, whether I need to add 10 more, clients or 100 more clients on. That's a really important step. Now, getting to that stage really means that you trust that the cloud services are available. And inside of Finastra, we absolutely do. In fact, we're betting the farm on making sure that works for us and for our clients.
And of course, another topic that we've been speaking about for a number of years now is open banking. It's no new topic, but we still have a few hurdles left to jump. So could you highlight some of those for us?
Yeah, look, I think open banking is one of those things that is a paradigm shift in the industry. I don't think there's a regulator anywhere in the world that isn't saying this is a good thing to do. And frankly, most people agree that it's a good thing to do. The question is more or less how. And I think part of it is to do with the fact that we have a large legacy status quo that we need to work out how to address. We talk about APIs, but APIs to an old legacy system is a pretty tough ask. And the problem with APIs is we actually forget that the APIs are there so that we can add value to our customer, so we can integrate to our customer. And they want that too. So it's a left hand and a right hand talking together. That's all an API is, and that's all that open banking really is. The truth of the matter is, though, we can embrace this and we can start to create value and we can add value to our clients and grow with them. Or we can just slug it out and wait for somebody to take over, because that, I'm afraid, is where the two choices are. And this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to grab the value and work with your customer to grow.
Mm-hmm. And no doubt we'll be revisiting this topic further down the line, and I look forward to that. And now coming to my crystal ball question, I enjoy those, looking to the future. Quintas, what do you think is going to change in the space? And I'd love to hear a bit more about what Finastra is working on at the moment.
Okay, so look, we've been listening very, very hard to what our customers have been telling us. And what they've really been telling us is, look, we believe in the ecosystem, we believe in open banking, but moreover, we believe in time to value and agility and getting there. So what we've done is we've taken all of our experience worldwide with everything that we've done with Fusion GPP and packaged it into Fusion Payments to Go. And Fusion Payments to Go is delivered on cloud with the ecosystem, fixed price, fixed scope, and fixed value. And with that, we get the great opportunity to be really, really agile. Typically within a 4-month period, these guys can be live on Swift, RT1, and all the regulatory changes that are coming down the line. So I think we've really listened. I think we're really enabling a step change to allow the banks to move a lot more quickly than they normally would and get the time to value that they're so clearly asking us for.
So watch this space as well, I think it's safe to say. Well, Paul, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for calling in and giving your insights. You certainly painted the picture for us. But for now, thank you very much.
Thank you, Hannah.